But you know what? I just want the fucking win. I want to win. I want to get in the playoffs and make it feel like we actually got a fucking shot this year to actually do something in the playoffs. Because we have a quality quarterback that actually knows how to fucking end this shit. Like, he's so fucking poised in there. Just like, nigga, I got this. I got this. I got this. Don't worry. I got this. And I mean, it's just like, it finally feels fucking good to have a fucking quarterback that's like, we know what it feels like to have a Josh Allen. We know what it feels like to have a Lamar Jackson. We know how it feels like to have a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that Jaden is all three of them. I'm saying a quality fucking quarterback that knows how to fucking just demoralize the defense. Jesus Christ, God Almighty, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for giving us what we have been deserving of the last 30 years. Man, what a time to be alive. What's good? What's going on? What's happening? It's your boy Big Herb here from Off the Bench. And man, our commanders, left hand up commanders, formerly known as the Washington football team, formerly known as the Washington Redskins, are in the playoffs. I mean, we've done something that we haven't done since the 91 season. I mean, the 91 season where we actually won the Super Bowl. We won 11 games. And the last time that took place was in 1991. I was 6 years old the last time that we actually won that many games. We're the first team in the last 30 years in the last 30 years to have over at least 11 game wins. Everybody else has gotten 11 years over the last 30 years, except us. We did it yesterday. It feels magical. It feels amazing. And to see that we can actually get to 12 wins in our very first season, which is supposed to be the recalibration year. I mean, what else can we say, man? I mean, oh man. So I ain't even gonna hold you, man. I cried tears of joy yesterday. And because it just doesn't feel like the 2005 year where we went on a magic run and eventually got bounced out in the second round. This doesn't feel like the RG3 year. This doesn't feel like the Cousins year. This doesn't feel like the 2020 year. The only thing that it feels like, at least to me, was the 99 year when we had Brad Johnson, Stephen Davis, and Trey Johnson as our offense. Was number 2 offense in the league at the time, back up against second to the greatest show on turf. That year, I ain't even gonna hold you. I felt like we could have made it to the Super Bowl that year. Maybe I was just too young to just realize how good the team was, but I mean, it was just like magical. This felt right. This is like, I ain't even gonna hold you, and I'm gonna get into the details and everything about it. Like, when we got to halftime, I was skeptical, but I was like, you know what? Nah. In JD5, we trust. So let's just get into it. All right. So, oh man, starting off, you had Michael Penix Jr. making his first start for the Atlanta Falcons due to benching of Kirk Cousins. He started off the first drive not so hot. 5 plays in, threw an interception to Quan Martin, and from what I heard on the actual game, it sounded like the team with the entire stadium was just going ape shit in there, and I was for that. I was definitely for that. Because a few plays later down the drive, Olamide Zaccheaus, and boy, we're gonna talk about him today. He showed his ass off today. getting the first touchdown on a fourth down conversion to get the score to 7-0. Then I don't know what the hell happened next over the next quarter and a half, because the Atlanta Falcons just showed that, hey, we relevant too. So you had Bijan Robinson. He just basically, that was his half. He showed out. He was popping off at least about like 4 or 5 yards to carry at one point. I mean, he ended the game with 2 touchdowns, 90 yards on 17 carries. So that shows you like how he was doing. It just, we fell flat at times, if you ask me. It just felt like we fell flat during the going up in the middle of halftime, 17-7. I was just like, bro, like, what the fuck is going on? We are playing with our food right now. Like, I mean, we got a dominant offense right here, and we just playing with our fucking food. What are we doing? Like, get your shit together, man. Wake the fuck up. So finally, they woke the fuck up, because right off the break, going down the field, touchdown pass to Zach Ertz. And here's the thing, Mr. Catch and Drop, not drop the ball, Mr. Catch and no yak whatsoever, got some yak on the fucking play. I'm sitting there like, okay, he's actually doing this thing out here. Okay, what's going on? Zach is actually in his bag today. Zach ended up with 6 catches for 72 yards, and he was having a damn good day. And Olamide Zaccheaus showed out on his revenge game against his former team with the Falcons. I was like, what? I don't know what the fuck. That's probably why Luke McCaffrey ain't really been getting no burn, because he's showing it in practice and it's finally showing off over the last 2 weeks. Like, dude, Olamide, where the fuck was this earlier this year? Like, seriously. And here's the thing, I gotta give credit to where credit's due, because the Atlanta Falcons, for the most part, they shut Terry down for this game. I was kind of disappointed in it, because I wanted him to break the record at home this year. The touchdown record, which was 13, to beat, I think it was Ricky Sanders, to take over the lead as most touchdown passes in a season for the franchise record. But I just like, damn, like, fuck. I wanted him to get it, but you know what? I just want the fucking win. I want to win. I want to get in the playoffs and make it feel like we've actually got a fucking shot this year to actually do something in the playoffs, because we have a quality quarterback that actually knows how to fucking end this shit. Like, he's so fucking poised in there, just like, nigga, I got this. I got this. I got this. Don't worry. I got this. And I mean, it's just like, it finally feels fucking good to have a fucking quarterback that's like, we know what it feels like to have a Josh Allen. We know what it feels like to have a Lamar Jackson. We know how it feels like to have a Patrick Mahomes. I'm not saying that Jaden is all 3 of them. I'm saying a quality fucking quarterback that knows how to fucking just demoralize the defense. Jesus Christ, God Almighty, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you for giving us what we have been deserving of the last 30 years. I mean, do I need to go down the list just to name a few? I mean, just let it go. But I digress. Let's move on. I mean, the atmosphere was really lit yesterday. If you get a chance to look at a few people who recorded their vlogs, Juan Gotti, Rio Robinson, to name a few. I believe Jalen Morgan from Bleeding Burgundy and Gold was there yesterday recording. I don't know if he was recording, but I know he was there. You got guys like Ed Oliver. He was there yesterday. I mean, dog, like the town was lit in the stadium yesterday. It was something that you could be proud of as a Commander fan. And it's something that we've been trying to get for years, but apparently that little midget fuck, Dan Snyder, was there, and he was just an angry little gnome just running around telling people what to do and shit like that. So yeah, fuck him, he's gone. We got a whole new team going on right now. Also want to go ahead and give out a happy birthday shout out to Josh Harris. the owner of the Washington Commanders. Yeah, happy 60th birthday, my guy, for you. And we appreciate every single thing that you did for this team.
No better gift than you give a man on his 60th birthday than a playoff. Thank you guys for everything.
I mean, you just look at how the light show looked yesterday, and it wasn't just like one or two, like one time throughout the introduction. It was multiple times throughout the whole entire, like halftime, I believe. I'm sorry, not halftime, in between the quarters and stuff like that. In between the what's the name of it? In between the commercial breaks, you also had situations going on as far as just like the team was. Here's the one thing that I have to say that we have to do a little bit better as far as with, because over the years we haven't been getting production the way that we have been now at the stadium and everything. We have to learn stadium etiquette, because there was a lot of times throughout the drives to where we got an offsides because our team was just so amped. Because from what I was told, we actually was 95 to 5% of just Commander fans compared to Falcons fans. And that's awesome. I love the fact that we were out there in drones just taking over the fucking stadium and not letting anybody just come into our house just taking over. I love that shit. But we also got to learn stadium etiquette. Guys, I don't give a fuck if we got a fucking, what's the name, big ass lead. Let's not do the wave. I'm sorry. I don't want to be that guy. We are here to watch a game and watch this team. Now, I'm sorry. I'll take that back. If it's in the middle of a passionate game, like it's a close game, don't do that shit. If it's in them, if we're beating the shit out of them like how we did earlier this year against the Carolina Panthers, go ahead. I'll allow it. But as far as like when we get to a point to where it's just like, hey, we are like on the verge of just putting this team away, and don't get like when the offense is on the field. Because we have to go ahead and let them score. Let's not go ahead and get so amped to the point to where we're getting our own offensive line to not hear the actual ball go off. Now, and I will say this, I got our back too. Guys, you know when the count is. Look at the fucking ball. But also, just like, hey, guys, we got to learn stadium etiquette. Quiet when the offense is on the field. Go the fuck off when the defense is on the field. We just have to learn it. But here's the thing. I'm going to give us a pass because we ain't used to that. We're not used to that shit. We used to just go. I was there. I forget the year, and I pull up the picture when the Kansas City Chiefs was beating the shit out of us in the snow. Andy Reid was there. I think it wasn't Mahomes' years. It was Alex Smith's team. And they beat the shit out of us like 30 to like 2 to 10 or something like that. They were beating the dog shit out of us. It was in the snow. When you look at just look at this right here. That I was in that game. I was at that game. I remember how demoralized I felt. I felt like I wanted to cry and not tears of joy. It was just like, why the fuck am I here? I understand all the times that we had that was just like, it made you just want to pull out your hair. And I would pull out my hair, but I ain't got none. Just to see that this team has just gone in there and just, I'm trying not to really get too emotional about this shit. This shit actually felt great yesterday. I actually got to see my childhood team do something that I've always wanted to see, and it made me feel amazing because it's like, for once, I could take my life that's going on, whether it's good or bad, and just step away from it and look at something that's actually really felt good. My team that I've always, my number one team. I'm a DC sports fan through and through, but this right here made me feel great. Yes, I'm getting emotional. I don't give a fuck. I'm getting emotional right now. This team, the way they have been performing as of late, it gives me hope. It gives the team, the fans hope. It gives us all hope that we actually can have something to root for. We're not the laughing stocks anymore. We're actually a great team. Shout out to to fucking Dan Quinn, man, because I mean, dude, you about to fucking triple your worth next week. We get this dub next week. That's 12 wins in your first fucking year here. Your first fucking year. And I mean, and we didn't believe the recalibration shit. We didn't. Cause we had coaches come here before. We've had guys come through here, show us a little flash, and then it's over with. We didn't really believe it. This one, I actually felt like as soon as we got that coin toss and Jaden got the ball back down on that final drive, I felt like, oh, this game is fucking over. At this point, it's just like, hey, are we gonna be fast or are we gonna be methodical? I actually felt like we had a chance and we were gonna just put these motherfuckers away. And it felt awesome. Also, on a lighter note, I have to give a shout out to Brian Mitchell. B. Mitch is my GOAT. He's one of my favorite all-time players. He should be in the Hall of Fame, by the way. But he made a bet on 106.7 The Fan. He made a bet earlier this year. He was like, look here, if this team wins 11 games, I'll wear a tutu. Man of his word. Gotta give him credit. I wouldn't have been able to pull that shit off. Oh, man. Oh, man. It felt so good just to see us get this dub, man. It felt amazing just to be able to have a team that's just like, yeah, we got this shit. As far as with us winning the game yesterday, not only did we win the game and solidify our playoff spot, we moved from the seventh seed to the 6th seed because the Green Bay Packers took an L yesterday against the Minnesota Vikings. So with them dropping down, we go up. They're slated to play the Eagles if everything falls into place like it is next week. They play the Bears, we play the Cowboys. We both should be able to win our games. And we will be going to play LA Rams. So I actually feel kind of confident about that shit. I want to see us go down there and just fucking just win and do something that we did something this year that we haven't done in like over 30 years. Let's do something that we haven't done in 20 years. Let's get a playoff victory. Let's get the seeding and put our foot on their necks. Win next week against the Cowboys. And then go ahead and play the fucking Rams in the playoffs and get a dub. I'm saying, let's take it one step at a time, but hey, man, let's go ahead and just show that we're capable of being looked at as a actual competitive contender team. You look at these guys this morning who was looking at us saying like, the Commanders are in the playoffs. I think they're a good team, but they ain't going to beat the Eagles. They ain't going to beat the Lions. They ain't going to beat the Vikings. I just don't see them beating them. I want us to go in there and actually walk into these motherfucking stadiums and take their fucking soul away. I want that shit so bad. I ain't even saying that we got to go ahead and win a Super Bowl this year. That would be awesome. But just the fact that just we could walk in that motherfucker and just be like, yeah, we that team. Take us fucking serious. I want this shit so bad, and I know I'm not the only one. I speak it through my heart and my soul. I want us to fucking win this win a playoff game so bad. I don't give a fuck who it is. It could be the Eagles. I don't give a fuck. It could be the Lions. I don't give a shit. It could be the Vikings. Who fucking cares? I don't, because I want us to walk in that motherfucker and be taken serious. And honestly, I feel like we got that shit this year. And I'm going to close out on that, guys. I hope you enjoyed the game as much as I did. I'm going to be on watching this shit on replay throughout the whole entire week because I know it made me feel awesome today. I'm going to be looking at every single podcaster that has anything to do with the Commanders. I want to see all of them. I want to hear your thoughts on the game yesterday. So if you were at the game, tell me how lit was it last night? Tell me what you think as far as like are we going to finish off the seeding this year? Are we going to be the 6th seed or are we going to be the 7th seed next week? Are we going to go ahead and rest the players next week or are we going to have our players play? play them a half or so. Let me know what you thought about the game, the way I felt, because I'm spilling my guts here today, and it felt so good. It felt so good to see a victory, we solidify, clinch the playoff victory. It felt amazing. Tell me what you think in the comments. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. And as always, guys, left hand up. Who are we? The Commanders. Peace.
Yo, you made it to the end of Off the Bench. Be sure to like, share, subscribe. Man, look here, it ain't gonna cost you that much. It ain't gonna cost you anything at all. Just press that like, that share, and subscribe. Help a brother out, man.